So let me ask you something. What is the first reggae song you ever heard?
You know,
that's a question to ask.
That's a simple. You know, before we get,
that's
you know,
the
but it's a good
first
question.
one?
Is it a difficult question? I feel like Rocky knows
the
his
first
reggae
one
song.
that I heard that I remember totally moved me was Peter Tosh's Down Presser Man. Also because I grew up in a military barracks and there was this soldier who lived next door to us, and that was his favorite song.
Yeah.
So for some reason, every time he went to work, I think it's because of the military drills. Whenever he came back, he would play that song on repeat.
Yeah, that was his tune.
That was his tune. You know, and so that was like one of the first songs that really attracted me to reggae music. But then, what really drew me and made me recognize that probably this was a means by which my path was going to take was the military band was rehearsing the Uprising record. It had just come out.
Bob Marley
record. So being a little kid, I was right there, and the lead singer, they were working on Coming In From the Cold.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Bob Marley song.
Yeah.
That is my...
And I remember
that is my tune.
listening to that song. They were playing it over and over, and there was something very eerie about Coming In From the Cold, you know, and also being Bob's last offering, which was, you know, and look at the cover of the album with him like breaking out again, you know, like revitalization. But I felt that song, there was an otherworldly element to it, and the band was trying to get it, so they kept playing it over. They were rehearsing, but then the lead singer, you know, he was just getting into the words, you know, and then in this sweet life, we're coming, you know, like from the cold, you know. I was just listening over, and I was like, wow, this is really a beautiful and transcendental song. And then from there, that was really what led me to Bob's music. I had heard bits of it around, but that song,
one resonated.
That resonated, and then all of a sudden I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be a student to learn more of this as I was growing up, you know. And then also, you know, around me too, growing up, we had Fela.
And
then all of
Fela.
all the different you know, traditional African music that was all playing around, you know. So this was kind of the environment that really molded me.
So that's how we got the Afro roots
sound, you know. And then it was also during the time too where the Ghanaian military too was involved in they were the rulers. They were involved in the power business in the country. You know, they were the Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings had just seized power. So we were in the military barracks when all the coup had taken place and the soldiers were moving, and you know, they were arresting the higher echelon of the military, putting them in jails. The lower ranks of the military were taking over power. So it was all of a sudden the underdogs took over like the reins of the country. And I was a little kid in the midst of all of that, right at the tip point of all that part of Ghanaian history. So we were being bombarded with, like, you know, all this information about, you know, development of, development of the country, you know, visions of, you know, the underdogs taking over power, you know, from oppression, you know. So all this rhetoric
like
was
rebellion.
It was a full-on rebellion. It was a full-on rebellion by the lower ranks of the military against the higher ranks, and they took power. And they jailed all of them. You know, so we were just right there in the epicenter of all of that. So that also kind of sharpened my whole revolutionary dimension, and then also fighting on the side of the underdog, you know. So here I was having reggae music, Afrobeat music, high life music, and at the same time too, in the midst of also one of the biggest, most impactful military rebellion that happened in Ghana. So that really molded me.
And here we have the legendary Rocky Dawuni.
right? All of that to compass
Think
who
about
you are
all those
today.
things that happen.
Although I don't you know, military takeovers are not something that I am for. But you know, at that time in Ghanaian history, it happened, and I was right in the midst of it.
I mean, you need it sometimes.
Well, sometimes there's necessary measures that need to be taken to correct.
I always
the
feel
course
like
of
if you have
country
a
that has
if
lost
you have
its
a
way.
barbaric enemy, then once you've tried peacefully to resolve it and they don't respond, then it is time to take action.
I'm with you, my sister.
Yes.
Beat some Zion.
Now if I could just get you to help me convince.
Warrior Queen.
Oh, how did you know?
Yeah, man, the warrior queen this man. The missus, what? Yeah, man, she ready for buy a small island. You know?
I do. I don't even want to be here. You have no idea. I can't wait till my.
She's ready for a small island.
I am one fish fundraiser fry from leaving. Y'all don't even know. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
If there was one reggae song you never had to hear again, what would it be?
You know, if I say that, I'm gonna be in big trouble.
It doesn't matter. Yeah. But there's got to be one.
Ooh, boy.
If you never had to hear it again, just thank you for retiring.
I want to say it here. Okay, if you never had to hear it again, I feel like it would have to be because the song is so big that it's played so much that I've heard it enough.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If it was one song,
Not that it's a bad song.
not that it's necessarily a bad song,
well,
but
there's
you feel like it's
there's-
just been played by
There's certain
everybody.
songs that have played like over and over and over and over, and growing up in Africa, it just was there every time. But for me, it's almost like every time I hear music, I discover I'm a musician. So I'm
So you hear like a different thing.
a different thing.
feel
So
that.
Oh, what a musician!
So
See that? What a
songs-
graceful answer! What a graceful answer! It's only a king would say.
I'm being honest. It's like the more you hear, the more you get closer to the gist of music. Because music is like every situation you hear it, you interpret it different way. It
That
affects
is true.
you differently.
That is
And
true.
that is the beauty of music because it's a living thing.
Yeah.
Once the creator of the music has kind of distilled that energy and given it to the world, it takes on a whole life of its own.
Yeah, everybody that hears it has a different story with it.
Exactly. So there's certain songs. I will turn off a certain song just because I find another song to be obsessed with.
Okay. Okay.
So you must have heard that new City Girls act.
Oh no!
Somebody must have got you. Somebody, 'cause my sister got me in the car. I was like, what is this?
Oh no!
Here's a question.
Oh no!
Who are the new comers to reggae that you are
Excited about.
about?
I'm
There's a
excited
lot
about
of
coffee.
yeah.
Yeah.
Coffee, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
I love every song she's released.
Also, the reason why I'm excited is also all of a sudden we have a very powerful, no holds barred female voice.
Yeah.
That is not pandering to anything. It's taking, she's taking her own.
Straight.
And she's just doing it. And that's, for me, that is the spirit of the music.
Right.
The spirit of the music is that it comes right direct from the source, from the creator, and hits you. And Prodigy, I love Prodigy's music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, Chronics. I love Chronics. Let me see. Who else?
Any new cats that we don't know about?
Oh, new cast.
Like maybe coming out of Africa. What about African
my
reggae
God.
artists?
There's a new guy that in Ghana, Jerobi.
Jerobi.
Yeah,
Jerobi.
he only has a few songs.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because we like to dig them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring it up on the.
Yeah, he has a few
on the lookup
songs
right
that
now.
just that really just came out, and he's doing really. I was very impressed with what he's done so far, and I feel that he has, with the right guidance, and he's also he won a competition that was done across the continent called Empower Africa, and I think Mr. Easy launched that competition.
Yes, I've heard about it.
Yeah, so Mr. That was he was the Empower Africa guy from Ghana.
Oh wow.
So it was through Mr. Easy that.
Yeah.
And then when I heard the tracks that he's done, I was like, he's definitely
Yeah, Jerobi.
Jerobi. Yeah.
I need to look up Jerobi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you consider working with him soon? I see you
Of
have
course.
some. I see you have some heavy hitters on the album. I see. You
Oh,
have
yeah,
Sarkodie on the album.
Yeah,
You have
yes.
Stone Boy on the album.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Not
yes.
this Stone Boy. Hold
Yeah,
on,
man.
let me see.
The album of Chap, man.
Yes.
Ding, you do.
Yes.
The album of
Yes.
Chap.
Yes.
The album is chopping.
Yes.
Who's been your favorite artist to work with?
Well, I'll say all of them. There was like a you know, it was always different dynamics,
different vibes,
different dynamics, you know, like, you know, with the Stonebwoy, the collaboration, you know, once the song was recorded right here, and then I was back in Ghana, and I thought the Wickedest Sound, you know, was just something that Stonebwoy's voice would be amazing.
I love that song too. That's
yeah.
So
bad
song.
because it's also a fusion of African music, reggae, and Afrobeat. You know, so it's also showing, like, you know, the perspective of Africa when it comes to roots music, Afro roots music. You know, so we were hanging out, chatting, and I was like, okay, you know, I told him that, you know, there's a song that, you know, that would totally be ideal for his voice. So he heard the song and he loved it, and then, you know, I left the tracks for him. He worked on it all night long. You know, by the following day, you know, the track was back. Ready.
That's how you know it's a good track when it come back.
You know, they come back and like, yeah, man. And the verse ready.
And Sarkodie, it was actually here. I had, you know, tracked everything here, and then, you know, me and him had, you know, we'd hang out in Ghana whilst I was there, and I said I was working on a new album I was going to send him, and then once that track was done, you know, I sent a track to him, and also same thing the following day. You know, I was like, check your email. I go there, like the whole session, you know, everything was, you know, done. You know,